Hey there, this is Debbie with Gen X Brat, and if you have been looking for a way to start or grow a business using YouTube and other social media without letting your life get in the way of you being able to do that, you've definitely come to the right place. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell icon next to it, that way you'll get notified when I put out new content. We'll be back to talk about what we're talking about in just a minute. Hey there, I'm Debbie with GenXBrat.com, and this week we're talking about a lot of the things that I didn't know that I've learned over the past several weeks of recording my videos. The biggest thing I've learned initially was that when I first started, I thought that doing videos was going to take less time than it was taking to do my blog, because a blog takes time to write out the content and find all the links and find the images and hook everything together. And more importantly, it took time with me sitting in front of my computer to do all that, and I didn't have time because I am typically out on the road, I'm on the move with my grandchild, and sitting down on my computer is just not something I had a lot of time for. And I thought, well, you know, I've always got my phone with me, so I can take that with me. I can record videos and be done with it. Yeah, be done with it. Okay, I have figured out that you aren't just done with it, okay? Doing videos takes almost as much time as it takes to do a blog post, because you still have to figure out what are you going to talk about and figure out titles and thumbnails and what I'm actually going to talk about and what order I'm going to talk about in it and all the things that I need to include. That's just the start. Then the recording part, that's a little bit simpler. Okay, I'm not going to say that's the easy part, because that hasn't become easy for me yet, because then you have to record the things in the order that you wrote them down that you wanted to include them in. Now, once I'm done recording, then I have to hand it off to my editor. He does editing. He throws in silly things like, you know, me repeating the same word over and over. Or talking about my little Rufus that I, again, didn't bring. And those kind of things. Or the cookie that he put in my last video because he thought that would be cute. I got the cookie in my video because I wouldn't get him cookies at the store. So this is the kind of editor that I'm working for, just to warn you guys. Then once he's done with the editing part, he sends it back to me. We have the upload, download, cross-load time. Then I have to upload it to YouTube. I add on the end screens and the little cards that we post up here to tell you about other videos that I've recorded that you might want to check out. And I set up the comments, I attach the thumbnail, all the things that it takes before I actually post. After that, then I create a Facebook post so that I can let my friends know about what's going on over there, because my Facebook friends don't necessarily want to create a YouTube channel, but I trust the people that are on Facebook that are my friends. So I put it out there, I let them know what I covered and ask them to go take a look at it so that I can get some feedback. Past that, I also do an Instagram post, which requires that I create, you know, I write out an Instagram message that sort of covers the main details of what I'm covering in my video, so that I can direct people over to my YouTube channel to watch the video if they are looking to do videos, or if they're looking for a way to increase their followers over on their Instagram by using YouTube as a tool to do that, because to me, the two of them work in sync together. Once all that's done, I get it posted, I wait for the results, I make sure that everything's working okay, and then I wait a week or two. I may promote it other places, in forums that I'm familiar with, or in other groups of people that are doing YouTube that are willing to also take a look at it and provide me feedback. And then about a week or so after I post it, then I will go put it on Instagram Live. That's the goal. So far, I've only remembered to do that with one of my videos, but then I'll go post it on Instagram Live so that people can see the video over there if they'd like as well. So the next thing that I have figured out over the past several weeks of starting my YouTube channel is that I can't do a series of videos. And it's not that I don't like doing the series, okay? For those of you guys that have been following along, I did a series on overcoming excuses as to why to not do YouTube, because originally I was looking for an excuse not to have to get out here and do this. There are a lot of people that have had to overcome or want to overcome the same fears that I did to get out here. You know, my son was one of them. He's now gotten out here on YouTube just in the process of walking through my videos. So I did the series, and it literally took 6 weeks to do it. 7 weeks, I guess, from the time I recorded the first one. 7 weeks of the same topic. I am so bored. I am so tired of going through and dealing with the same series over and over and over. I've got this little guy in the back of my head going, oh, please, can we talk about something else? But you wanted to talk about this, but you wanted to talk about that. And it's like, no, you're on a series. You have to finish the series. And oh my gosh, yes. If I do a series in the future, which one, it'll be considered sort of something else. It'll be more of a playlist, because I understand YouTube is actually getting rid of their series things that they do. So I won't be doing a series, but at the most, I'm thinking 2 to 3 things on a single topic at a time is more than enough for me. Because otherwise, like I said, I'm getting bored out of my mind. My editor is getting bored out of his mind editing the same topics over and over. It's like, can't we just do something else? So that's the second thing that I learned. So the third thing is that I need to stand up. All the videos that I have done so far in the series have been sitting down. Now, I did do a sort of a weekly update thing that I did at Quartzsite when I was out walking around, but for the most part, I have a really hard time sitting still. It used to be a big joke in my house. My son would literally say, you need to sit down on the sofa and do nothing for the next 5 minutes. I was lucky if I made it for a single minute before I had to get up and do something else. It's almost like my brain doesn't operate if my hands aren't moving, and that's what keeps the brain going. So I need to be able to use my hands. And if that annoys you guys, hey, let me know down in the comments. The fourth thing that I've learned, I think we're on the fourth. The fourth thing that I've learned is that no matter where I am, I've just got to hit the record button, okay? My background doesn't make a difference. I still have to get out here and do my recordings. And I've made an attempt. I've made a conscious attempt to be home and record my videos for the series that I did in the same place, same location, because it's fairly quiet. I know you guys have had to listen to some of the traffic going by. I'm aware that you see in the patio glass, you can see the cars going by. So there's a lot of that I deal with at home. The one recording that I tried to do over here at this same park in Bakersfield, I sat close to the road on the other side. And so I had traffic going back and forth through there that I didn't realize that they had. Today, I've got a barking dog behind the wall. And the bottom line is, it's a no excuses. It's go out and make it happen. Dogs, traffic, whatever, as long as you guys can hear me, I'm going to be doing the recordings wherever, however I have to. Today I get to stand still. I got to hook my phone up on a fence at the baseball diamond. Whether or not I'll be able to do that all the time, I don't know, but I'm going to find a place and hit record. The fifth thing is, I told you guys before, if you haven't caught the video before, I have mentioned I am a tech moron, okay? I have been using my headset. For those of you that have been watching any of those past videos, most of them, you've seen my earpiece in my ear. I use this with my phone in my truck all the time because we have to be hands-free. And as a truck driver, it's a $2,700 fine if we're not hands-free. So I have been using this since my first business I started in 1999. Not the same one, I've had to replace it a few times. But I've been using this to talk on my phone. I use it in my truck. It's one of the few that I've actually found that keeps the noise out on my truck. People can still hear me in spite of all the noise that happens within my rig. So it's a Plantronics. I don't remember the number anymore because I've been using them for so long, but I'll put it down in the links below if you guys have been looking for a really great headset. Literally, I have been using this Plantronics and upgrading when they upgrade since 1999. That's 20 years I've been using that headset because I like it that much and it's that clear and it helps me block out the background noise behind me. It's also, you know, it looks a little huge, right? Because if you guys could see, okay, this part clip goes over the back of your ear, which a lot of people don't like because they think it looks too big. But when you put it in and it's behind your ear, this is still the only part that you see. So that's why I like it. When I first got it, it's like, oh my gosh, that is huge. It's not, and it's super comfortable, and I don't have to worry about it falling off while I'm loading freight. Hey there, guys. You know what? I know I'm in a different location in a different place than where I recorded my video last night, but it dawned on me, my technical moronicness, yes, that's today's word, moronicness. My being a technical moron, I didn't mean to turn this into a Plantronics earpiece commercial. The reason I had started on that conversation was because I was keeping this in my ear because I thought because I use it to talk on the phone that it was actually helping record on my videos, and I found out that it's not. This is doing nothing but decorating my ear as far as video is concerned. Works fantastic for a phone, but not so much for videos. So, you know, hey, Plantronics, you're welcome, man. And by the way, guys, Plantronics, not sponsored. The sixth thing that I've learned, and I mentioned him earlier, was Rufus. Okay, I thought it would be a really cool idea because Rufus is always with us. We typically always have inanimate objects, stuffed animals, little toys that are around us because, as my son says, I bring inanimate objects to life. I speak for them. I create entire lifelong friendship scenarios with inanimate objects. And Rufus was a really great idea. I had originally bought that for my son because we have sort of an ADHD household. Like if there's a squirrel, we're all chasing it. Something happens, we're off and running to something else. So Rufus was going to be very representative in my videos for who we are and what we are. And you may still see Rufus on occasion because I'm sure my editor can figure out a way to bring him in around me. So don't be shocked if Rufus suddenly shows up out of the blue. I've learned that if you're going to do some sort of a branding thing, especially with my inanimate objects, it needs to be something that I can attach somewhere. I mean, even if it's just a, hair thing, I don't know. If you intend on monetizing or growing a channel into something larger than just a for fun project, you definitely want to set up your channel as a branded account, not as a personal one. I'm going to cover that in detail on my next video because it's that important. You don't want to lose all the work that you have done up to the point that you figure that out. That's what I did. Thankfully, I wasn't very far into it. I had about 16 or 20 subscribers. I don't have a lot more than that now, but you also end up losing a lot more than that, and we're going to talk about that on my next video. So definitely be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon next to it. That way you're going to get notified. You're going to know when I put out new content. And if you want to check out a couple of my other videos about excuses, if you are still debating whether or not you're smart enough or pretty enough or young enough to get out here on YouTube, definitely check out my other videos. You can take a look at those and get some really valuable information that might help you overcome your fears to get out here. So until I see you guys next time, remember, life is short. Go out and make it happen. See ya.